President Trump threatens Iran with destruction if they fail to meet his deadline.
Find out about the 8 arrests made on trafficking charges in Denton County.
Chef has the possibility of winning a prestigious award coming up.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining NTTV News at Noon. I'm Talia Munson.
And I'm Isabel Smith.
President Donald Trump threatened in a post on Truth Social that Iran's whole civilization will die tonight. Trump is ordering Iran to agree to a deal to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or the United States will launch attacks on Iran's infrastructure. He wrote in a post that he does not want that to happen, but it probably will. We will find out tonight one of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. Sources report that the president's deadline is 8 o'clock tonight. As of this morning, the U.S. launched strikes on military targets on a vital location for Iran's oil exports, Karg Island, marking the second round of U.S. strikes on Karg Island in recent weeks. The mission targeted military sites and no oil facilities were hit, according to a U.S. official. Karg Island is located in the Strait of Hormuz and handles about 90% of Iran's crude exports.
This morning started off pretty chilly and cloudy. I had to wear a sweatshirt when walking here, which I have not had to do in a few weeks, but it seems like it is starting to warm up out there.
For sure, Isabel. I think the sun will be coming out of hiding soon. Our weather anchor Marguerite Calkins is here in studio with our first look. Marguerite.
Thanks, Talia. Looking into our current conditions here in Denton, we are looking at a beautiful 69 and sunny, very low wind speeds. It feels like a very typical spring day today, and we have no complaints. Going into tonight's weather, we are still keeping it within the same place. We're at 70, yet again, low wind speeds at 10 miles per hour. And in going into tomorrow's forecast, we are looking at, yet again, a beautiful, bright, sunny 70, a typical spring day. And that's all I have for y'all today. Back to you at the desk.
8 men have been arrested on adult and child trafficking charges after a sting was conducted in a local Denton neighborhood. The Denton Sheriff's Office partnered with other local law enforcement agencies to conduct undercover operations. Investigators posed online as adult escorts who were seeking money for sexual acts and used those pages to communicate with prospective targets. Other undercover operations featured officers setting up online dating app profiles posing as children under 17 years old. Arrest affidavit states that one of the perpetrators made explicitly sexual comments and asked the undercover officer to engage in specific sexual acts. All 8 individuals were charged with either online solicitation of a minor, a third-degree felony, or solicitation of prostitution, which is a state jail felony. The FedEx driver accused of killing 7-year-old Athena Strand in 2022 expressed his intent to plead guilty in court. Tanner Horner allegedly struck Strand with his delivery truck while backing out of Strand's home after delivering a Christmas gift. Horner then allegedly panicked and placed Strand in his truck, strangled her, and dumped her body 9 miles from her home. Horner intends to plead guilty to the charges of capital murder and aggravated kidnapping of a person under the age of 10. Prosecutors say they intend to seek the death penalty if he is convicted, but Horner's public defenders are working to file a motion to remove his eligibility, saying he is on the autism spectrum.
Coming up, a Denton chef nominated for an award.
And the federal court decision that can change LGBTQ topics in schools. Stay with us.
Property Brothers have won!
It's a jibber jabber. Yes, jibber jabber.
Jibber Jabber is a man-on-the-street NTTV show for Instagram that's in its 7th season. With 2 hosts, 1 comfy chair, and a Would You Do Something bowl.
Pretty much the gist of our show is that we're going to be inviting UNT students, all of our lovely family over, and we're going to be talking to them. And when we run out of things to say, we're going to ask them,
would you do something?
I think we're ready to do something.
Yeah.
Fortnite son or Minecraft daughter?
Hola, Rieros! We're NTTV's longest running Spanish entertainment show, and we're all about culture, creativity, and community in Spanish. Vámonos.
Welcome back to Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas. Late Night at North Texas.
Color the world with peace and joy.
Tell me, Diva, what's the tea?
My niche of drag is dumb.
The spirits have guided you to me.
She was the oldest woman to ever medal in the slalom run. So I believe
she's now the youngest
and the oldest. And the oldest.
Prominent women's sports is right now, especially when women's hockey is one of the biggest growing sports in the world right now.
If somebody told you, kind of coming back to the past and telling your past self that this team would be one win away from making the college football playoff, how would you react knowing that you've covered this team for so long?
Let's talk a little bit about the strengths of this UNT basketball team. Like, what are we good at? When it comes to UNT, we've always been a slower pace team, and that has continued into the Daniel Robinson era.
And welcome to a very special edition of Prove It or Lose It. Matthew.
Can I have Silverstone? It's the only name that looks familiar.
Welcome back. The James Beard Awards are coming up this summer, and people's anticipation is slowly increasing. Our NTTV's Kyle Larson is live with more. Kyle.
Thanks, guys. The James Beard Awards are, to put it simply, the Oscars of the food world. They are a prestigious award made to recognize different culinary artists such as chefs, restaurateurs, and much more. Osteria Il Muro behind me is a reservation-only Italian restaurant in Denton featuring a menu that changes daily and offers fine dining and casual settings. The head chef and one of the owners, Scott Gerling, is nominated for the James Beard Award, which is named as the pinnacle of culinary recognition. Gerling joins a Dallas chef as the two DFW representatives. Winners will be revealed at the James Beard Restaurant and Chef Awards ceremony on Monday, June 15th, 2026 at the Lyric Opera of Chicago. Tickets will be found at jamesbeard.org, or you can watch it live on their website or YouTube channel, James Beard Foundation. So be sure to tune in and see who wins. For NCTV News, I'm Kyle Larson.
Thanks, Kyle. It looks pretty bright out there, and North Texas has officially lived through the hottest March in 119 years, with average temperatures reaching a record of 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Meteorologists attribute this milestone to a peak high of 95 degrees Fahrenheit and warn that the unseasonable warmth is likely a preview of the blistering summer ahead, with a 62% chance of El Nino emerging by August. Experts are predicting persistent dry conditions and above normal heat for the entire central United States. As we look toward June, residents should prepare for an early arrival of summer's peak intensity.
Well, Talia, it certainly feels like we are on a fast track to summer, and that record-breaking March definitely proved it.
Exactly, Isabel, that's right. And with those 90-degree days already in the rearview mirror, everyone is looking for the 7-day to see if the heat is here to stay. Our weather anchor, Marguerite, has more. Marguerite.
Thanks, Talia. I feel like I can officially say that heat is pretty much mostly behind us. We are starting to feel those typical spring weather We are in that high 60s range all across North Texas. We are looking at mostly, 67 up into 69. But then going into across Texas, yet again, we are still looking at that similar weather of just those high 60s to even low 70s. Going into across Texas, like I said, those high 60s to low 70s there, it really is starting to feel like a typical spring. It feels like maybe we jumped around a little bit, kind of experienced summer before we got that true spring weather. Going into our 7-day forecast, the next couple of days are looking beautiful, but unfortunately we are looking at storms towards the end of our week. As they like to say, April showers do bring May flowers. But outside of our typical weather, going outside of our atmosphere, NASA's Artemis II crew has made history. They have traveled 248,655 miles away from Earth, surpassing the record for the farthest distance traveled. The record was previously set by the Apollo 13 mission in 1970. The crew in the Orion spacecraft will have traveled a total of 252,756 miles before returning to Earth, setting a new record for human spaceflight. The Artemis II astronauts are set to splash down on the coast of San Diego on April 10th before they eventually make their way to the Johnson Space Center in Houston.
Iowa can now restrict LGBTQ-related instruction in school. A federal appeals court ruled Iowa can restrict teachers from talking about LGBTQ topics with students in grades K through 12. The law also bans some books deemed not age-appropriate for classrooms. Additionally, the law requires schools to let parents know if a student requests to use different pronouns or seeks gender-related accommodations. The law is challenged by librarians, teacher unions, and LGBTQ advocacy groups. Meanwhile, the Iowa Attorney General called the ruling a huge win, saying it protects children and increases transparency.
Up next, the workplace lawsuit against a popular radio host.
And we'll hear more from our sports anchor following March Madness's end. Stay with us.
No!
I've been having these dreams.
Welcome in.
This is part of the process, Eric. I only want what is best for you.
You want me to go on and on with the program until there's nothing left of me.
We are one now. Our goals are the same.
No, they're not.
Don't get your hopes up.
Is that it?
That's it.
Nothing can stop me now! Yeah.
Good evening, my name is Amanda Hasbell and I'm joining you here today in the Union Parking Garage. Today we're going to be going over how to drive safely in the parking garage. Let's go see. Oh my god, this girl just got hit by a car. Let's go see what happened. Ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay?
Did you see that lady hit me with a car?
Yeah, we did. I got it all on video.
Oh my god.
Let's go over here and talk about how we can prevent that.
Yeah, not the hospital.
Well, right now we're going to ask you a couple questions on how we can drive safely in the parking lot. What are ways that we can be aware of our surroundings?
Oh, we can look both ways.
Jenna, also, how about putting the distractions away?
Yes, just like our phones, turning our music down, and also not focusing on our passengers.
Where can you get information on how to get a parking pass?
Transportation.unt.edu.
If you park in a garage, make sure you pay on the app or look for further instructions on how you should pay.
And remember, no pass, no park. Let's all try to keep our Mean Green community safe.
Remember, we're all in this together.
Drive safe.
Welcome back. Media personality Howard Stern is at the center of a lawsuit filed by a former personal assistant, alleging he and his wife created a hostile work environment. The suit comes after Leslie Kuhn, a former live-in personal assistant of Stern's, was fired back in February. Kuhn said she was fired after being tasked with helping Stern's wife with her animal rescue efforts and being made to manage the staff of the home. She alleges the situation put her in the middle of questionable business operations and accounting practices, and says that the non-disclosure agreement she was made to sign upon her termination is fraudulent and unenforceable. Howard Stern and his wife have declined to comment.
Organizers for the Wireless Festival in London have canceled the event amid controversy surrounding Kanye West, who was set to headline the festival. This began on Monday when Pepsi and Diageo pulled their sponsorships from the Wireless Festival. This came after West was announced as the headliner for the three-day event that was set to take place in July. The issue has been Kanye's long history of anti-Semitic and other offensive remarks. In a statement, he said he wanted to bring unity, peace, and love to London through his music. He asked to meet with the members of Britain's Jewish community, but reportedly got barred by British officials from entering the United Kingdom at all.
Well, at least after everything that's happening this week, at least there's a game coming up.
Yeah, for sure, Isabel. I agree. And there is a lot of hot sports going on right now. So we're just going to go to our sports anchor, Olivia Robinson. Olivia.
Thanks, Leia and Isabel. Happy April, y'all. Up next, we have the winners of March Madness, future draft potentials, and American Conference players to be honored. Coming up, stay with us after this break.
Do's and don'ts of the Pole Rec Center. See that man over there? Please do not hog weights. Instead, do this. Another important part is having an attentive spotter. See, here is an example of a non-attentive spotter. Instead, do this. Now we head to the track, which should be pretty easy, just it's important to pay attention to the way the track goes. Remember to wipe down the equipment after you're done using it. The towels are provided by the gym, so it's pretty easy to wipe down the equipment when you are done. Thank you for using the Pole Recreation Center.
What does Talons do?
So I am the Vice President of External Relations for Talons. That means that I basically oversee all the external committees. Our external committees entail our Model A, it's a Mean Green Machine. So they bring it to football games especially, so every game it's kind of there, every home game. The Model A is like a symbol of UNC pride, and it's a big tradition that we are so lucky to uphold and maintain. When people look at it, they see it, and they're like, oh, that's the Mean Green Machine. There must be a game today or something to ramp up school spirit for basketball, softball, volleyball, any of those things. We have amazing teams, so we just want to show school spirit for them. Bonfire Committee, which is in charge of putting together the bonfire every year for homecoming. It's kind of just a whole semester-long process up until Build Week that we have to put together and oversee and make sure safety regulations are followed and risk management is taken care of. Cannon Crew, which oversees and takes care of the cannon. They fire it at games, they take it to special occasions.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on NTTV Nightly News. I'm Edison Stewart.
And I'm Alexandria Teeters.
Good morning, y'all, and welcome back. Talk about Season of the Underdogs. March Madness just wrapped up this weekend, and now known as the 2026 Natty winners, UCLA just secured its first Natty championship and the first women's title. The Bruins held South Carolina down to 51 points and managed to score just under 80 points, ending the game at 79. I know Blaze is having a ball in Boston right now. And with head coach Corey now as the Big Top 10 coach of 2026, #1 seed Michigan took down the Huskies 69-63, handing UConn its second loss in the Sweet 16 Madness. The Wolverines won their first title since 1989, and now that all competitions and tournaments are off the table, many players now are. As the transfer portal opens up, many players were quick to request transfers or enter this year's draft. Star players like Michigan's Ade Morrow, Tar Heel Isaiah Dennis, and Cyclone Audie Crooks are now pending with great futures up until the NBA draft, which won't be announced until late May. The WNBA draft, however, will start April 13th, held in New York City. This draft is an expansion draft, as the league will add the Portland Fire and Toronto Temple. With Dallas Wings' first pick, I can say we definitely won the lottery this year. North Texas also came through with its Star Player of the Week, softball player Madison Conley, who was named the American Conference Player of the Week. Conley led the team to victory against Florida Atlantic as she reached base safely in 9 of the 11 plate appearances. For the season, she has led the American Conference with 13 home runs. The team will travel to Tarleton State tomorrow with first pitch set at 6 p.m. Good luck, Mean Green, and back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Olivia. Lots of celebrations going on even outside of sports. A Denny's in Phoenix celebrated a busser's 48 years on the job.
CNN's Laura Turner Holmes has the heartwarming story.
Over the past 48 years have spoken volumes inside Denny's off Camelback and 7th Street.
He's just got a magnetic personality.
He's not only the longest serving busboy in company history, but a trailblazer for adults with developmental disabilities.
He really is a role model and pioneer for people with special needs. Now it's very common for people with special needs to find jobs, but that was not always the case.
Back in 1978, Barney found Laura Turner Holmes, an organization providing housing and job support for folks like him. That spring, the organization's founder helped land him his first job here, and he's been showing up and working hard ever since.
He's a hard worker, man. He keeps us all on our toes.
He's been here for so long that people know this is Barney's Denny's.
General Manager Joe Wood says folks come far and wide just to see Barney.
We have people coming every day and say, hey, does Barney still work here? And I tell them, yeah, it's Monday and Tuesday. And sure enough, over the next couple of weeks, you'll see him in here on a Monday or Tuesday.
Now the place he's given so much to is giving something back. On Wednesday, they'll celebrate Barney and nearly 5 decades of dedication with a fundraiser for the organization that helped start it all.
From 2 to 10, 20% of all of our proceeds go back to Laura Turner Homes.
Over the years, the annual charity drive has raised tens of thousands of dollars for the local nonprofit, while providing a reminder of what's possible.
And as many people that come to see him and show up for him, it's amazing.
In a place known for breakfast, it's Barney who's become the tradition, proof that when one person is given a chance, it can inspire an entire community.
And you know what? That is impressive. He has been bussing tables at Denny's for longer than I have been alive. Probably longer than both of us combined.
Well, absolutely. 48 years is such a long time. I was a server myself for 4 years, and it was such a tedious job. So I just can't imagine the early mornings and late nights that he's been there for the past 4 decades now.
Yeah, as someone who works in the food industry, trust me, I get it. I could not imagine doing that for 48 years. So huge, Huge kudos to him.
And kudos to Denny's for celebrating such a hard worker. You rarely see that. Restaurants really don't admire the employees that much like that.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right. So thanks for watching NTTV News at Noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.